Welcome to this special edition of CEAg Talks. In this audio-only conversation between me and Brian Sparks, editor of Greenhouse Grower, we talk about the big issues affecting greenhouse and indoor growers on both the produce side and the floriculture market. We recorded this live at the 2025 Cultivate show in Columbus, Ohio, and what follows is just a short segment of our conversation. You can find the full podcast episode at greenhousegrower.com.
We wanted to talk through some of the common market concerns, challenges and opportunities, I'd say, that exist in this market right now. So, Kristin and I were going to kind of go back and forth on some of that. So, I want to start with, one of the big issues right now is tariffs, which we talked about a little bit already. I just actually got out of the Monday morning State of the Industry keynote presentation, and Dr. Charlie Hall, who's Texas A&M's chief economist, also for American Hort, was talking about, and it's really just kind of a wait and see approach right now.
Exactly.
So, we get it that we've talked to growers who have said this does make planning for next year very challenging when you don't know what the policies are going to be, and so as a result, you're trying to figure out when should I be spending money, where should I be spending it, do I need to have backup suppliers in place? So we'll definitely be monitoring that situation very closely, but it's an issue that's driving a lot of what's happening now in the industry.
For sure, and I don't, like I said, we focus on North America, so we're kind of talking with Canadian growers as well a lot, and kind of getting the Canadian perspective as well as the United States.
Yeah.
It's so tricky, and even for suppliers who are, those suppliers who maybe from overseas who are considering coming into this market, it's really wait and see. It's all just, we got to see how this all plays out. Like you said, it changes hour to hour. It's just, we just feel kind of stuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and what's interesting too is, I give credit to the businesses and business owners that I talk to, because if you talk to Ben Winger, for example, of Metro Atlantic Greenhouses, his big focus is on focus what you can control. There's so many external factors that you can work with organizations like American Hort to hopefully influence, but at the bottom line, there are certain things you can control and certain things you can't control. So focus on what you have the most control over that has the biggest impact in your business. So this is just one example of those.
No, that's great. That's great advice for all of us.
Yeah. We know another issue that's common across several industries is costs. A lot of it has to do with energy costs too. So I know, Kristin, you focus on that a lot through CEAg World.
Yeah, so obviously energy costs, I believe that's the number one cost for CEA operators.
Sure.
Natural resources like water, growing media, nutrients, those are always top of mind. So it's all about efficiency, it's all about sustainability, looking for renewable options that are cost effective, and then looking at the technologies that are happening around all of these things. So like there's waste heat recovery is a big one for use in greenhouses, water recirculation systems, alternate fuels for heating and cooling like wood biomass and other areas there. So everyone's paying attention to that. That's just a constant thing that everyone is kind of trying to figure out. How can we get those costs down? How can we manage those and be more sustainable and serve the business as well?
Oh yeah, and it's good that companies in this industry are being very proactive about it too. I mean, we saw what was happening in some instances overseas in the past couple of years, where frankly companies were having to shut down because the costs were just skyrocketing to the point where it didn't make financial sense for them to be in business anymore, or at least to pause operations until they could sort through some issues. So.
Yeah. I love talking to companies that are doing interesting things, and the ones that are getting into the wood biomass, for instance. I think that's really interesting. And the way that with those companies who are looking to work with data centers, to co-locate with data centers in order to kind of manage that whole process with the heat and AC. All of that is just fascinating to see how it develops, and then getting the costs down. The key to anything really for all of these businesses.
And that goes back to the cost. You control what you can control in that area.
Yeah, exactly. You do what you can.
Yeah.